when you got to Smith Hill around age 12, right?
13.
13?
13.
What street did you move on?
I was at Delane Street in Oneville.
In Olneyville. So you started off in Olneyville.
In Oneville, yes.
Okay.
Because my uncle had lived there and there was an apartment for us there.
Right. What was it like growing up in Olneyville? And I guess it's pretty close to Smith Hill, so were your travels kind of towards this area?
Everything was at Smith Hill due to the reason of the high level of the Laos that lived there.
Mm-hmm.
And all the families and my cousins were there. But you know, we all spread out from Southside too, but mostly all the Laos family was centered in Smith Hill. And if you were Cambodian, you'd be in West End. But then, no matter where you live at in Southside, even I had Southside kids who like gravitate themselves to Smith Hill, especially in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
because you had to be where you belong. You had to be with your set, you had to be with your people,
Mm-hmm.
and it was, you know, you could say like war on the street at that time in the 94s,
Mm-hmm.
in the 94s and 2000.
In fact, there was a real base in Smith Hill for you that make you feel more comfortable in terms of just being in a new environment?
No, because actually I was kind of scared moving over there because I'm over there in California. We got violence, we got shootings, everything, and my family, which my aunt, uncle, and them were like, oh yeah, man, over there, man, they'll kidnap you, this and that. You know, as a young kid, 13-year-old, I'm like, oh man, I really see a lot of violence here. I'm gonna go there. There's more violence. Like great, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like not great as in like, you know, I was frightened, you know, but at the same time, it made you like be aware of things.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Would you say that it was being a part of LP was really a survival thing for you?
Due to the reason, because all my cousins and families were LP. You're by blood already. It's not like you don't have to start over. You just came in, and just everything goes nonchalant. Everything goes back to where it is. You have your family's back, and you have your back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your crew's back, and they have your back.
And from all you've learned from your experiences, what's changed about Smith Hill now from back when you first got into the area?
I'm 33 now, so I came in when I was 13. That's 20 years. That's pretty. Like I said, when I first came in 93, 94, it was like, you know, it's like I said, the violence was heavy because of, you know, gang violence in Wales, and you know, now has it changed? I said yes. We're not beefing with the Cambodians, like the race war. Laos and Cambodians are not fighting anymore, and you could say, but there's still gangs popping up here and there, you know. But the brutal of the violence, I say in the 90s was more hectic, and there was less you could say arrest due to the reason of, you know, the police doesn't have the technology they have now, and you know, back in the days the code of honor was you snitch, you get it, and you know, you did snitch and you did get it back in the day. Now, you know, I hear a lot of stories, people telling stories, people put people in jail and they still walk the same streets. I'm like, that's the difference, I guess. Like I said, that I'm not saying it's cool to put people in jail, but back in the day it wasn't cool to put people in jail. The youth, you know, in the 90s and the youth now, there's definitely changes. You can see it the way they dress. They got tight jeans on now, and back in the days, people had baggy jeans. It's like that's like a whole opposite, you know, from the 90s and now. And nowadays there's really not big group of gangs anymore, like 50s, 60s, like they're always there banging it out hard. There's basically, you can say, spots of them, like maybe a group of 10, group of 8, a group of this, and they're just throwing up the gang signs, or they're in the streets and they just form each other and have a group 15, you know. So the change, I think that is the change, you know. Now they're doing it less. They're just everywhere else.
Dispersed.
Yeah, they're just everywhere else. Not as violent, you know, but still can do violence. And you know, now the violence is like, back in the day we have more murders in the city. I remember the Cianci years, it was like 26, 29 a year. You know, now we're looking like 14, sometimes even 11.
Mhm.
And that's due to the, you know, to the community coming together.
The people in Smith Hill who were not gang affiliated, let's say they're just normal citizens who had houses there and grew up there, did you see any tension between you and your set and them?
I say everybody pretty much in Smith Hill is not, it's not a really big community, and when the gang LP was there, like there's really no other set,
Mhm.
meaning there was really no other enemies. You know, that's from Smith Hill. If you're in Smith Hill, you're LP, everybody there LP. Now we have a little AB here, we have a little other gang set there and there. But before that, it was like, and the people in the neighborhood, LP wasn't terrorizing them or anything. LP just did the thing and they walk past by, they say hi, bye.
Mhm.
You know, anybody who messed with LP at that time, like, you know, they fought with LP and that's over with. But no, LP was like respecting the community basically, not trashing it, but you know, we go to 7-Eleven and steal something, a couple of things. Not like, nothing bad, but no, as a kid. But it's one of those references where, you know, I love Smith Hill. I love every place of this, you know, city of Providence. But you're right, when I first came in 94 and 93, I did have that issues of, holy shit, I can't go to the movie theater because, you know, I got enemies out there. And if they see me, they'll jump me or so. There's still gangs from the 90s still out. They're just not loud. They're just not out there. Due to the reason they got 2 kids, they gotta work, they understand, like, yeah, I gotta be. And some of them bite their tongue because of, like, they even know you killed my brother or you shot my house up or you did whatever you did before. They bite their tongue because they're in the same workplace. And guess what? They're at the same baby shower. Or in PSB there with LP. That was like the 3 gangs from the 90s who still here to this day, and they, you know, now we older and they got no choice but to be around each other. So, you know, it's pretty interesting. I think what PC and other programs are trying to do is like make that connection between the college and the community, and that has been done maybe the last 20 years when Keith has started and everything else, you know, with the community coming, the college coming to the communities and so on. And that right there, I say, not only cures the community, but gives the community some kind of hope that we could get there. Get around and be safe with each other is all of us have to be working together. Like, we really have to, like, hey, watch each other's back. You know, we gotta save these kids and we gotta save us. So, thank you, Keith. Thank you, PC. And I'll see you guys.